I, 28 male, am an architect. I like structure, plans, things are built to last. My now ex is a lifestyle influencer. Her life is a performance for her 1.2 million followers. And I just found out I was basically a prop in her show. We were together for 3 years, living in a condo that I bought and paid off a year before I even met her. This is a key detail. The whole thing blew up over my sister's wedding. It was a Saturday, a date we'd had on the calendar for a year. I was a groomsman. About a month before, my girlfriend announces that the exact same day is a super important, can't-miss networking retreat with her influencer squad. She insisted it was critical for our future. For weeks, she laid the guilt on thick, with her friends cheering her on in our group chats about how I needed to be more supportive of her career. Like an idiot, I caved. I made up a lame excuse to my sister about a work emergency and bailed on the wedding. The disappointment in her voice just crushed me. So instead of standing next to my sister on her big day, I spent my Saturday playing chauffeur and Instagram husband for my girlfriend and her friends at some fancy rooftop bar. I got her home late that night, feeling like the world's biggest schmuck, and walked into our living room to see her and the squad popping a bottle of champagne we were saving for our anniversary. They were celebrating a brand deal she had just locked in. Her friend asked if I was bummed about missing the wedding. My girlfriend just laughed this light, airy laugh, and said, "Oh, he'll get over it." Then she raised her glass for a toast and dropped the line that ended everything. "Love can wait, but friendship can't. They'll be here after you." Her friends all cheered, and in that moment, I realized I wasn't her partner. I was a stepping stone, a convenient accessory. They weren't her friends. They were her board of directors, and I had just been voted off the island. I didn't yell. I didn't say a thing. I just walked into our bedroom, pulled my suitcases out of the closet, and started packing. My clothes, my work stuff, the photo of my sister and me. She didn't even notice I was gone until the champagne was empty. As I was closing the front door behind me for the last time, I heard a faint "babe." I just kept walking. For the next few days, I crashed on a friend's couch and ignored the storm of calls and texts. I blocked her on everything. I needed quiet. I found a new apartment and was literally unboxing my coffee maker when there was a hammering on the door. It was her, with 2 of her squad members for backup. She tried to push past me. "Seriously? You just ghost me." I held my ground. "We're done. I'll arrange a time for you to get your things from the condo." That's when her whole vibe shifted. It went from annoyed to ice cold. "No," she said. "I'm not going anywhere. I spoke to a lawyer. Since we lived together for 3 years, I have residency rights. I invested my time and creative energy into that home. It's my home, too." Her friend added, "You can't just throw her out. You left her with all the bills." I almost laughed out loud. I paid the mortgage, which is zero, the utilities, the taxes, everything. Her investment was picking out decor with my credit card. "You invested?" I asked. "I curated the aesthetic," she shot back. "I turned it into a brand asset. My lawyer says I'm entitled to half the equity for my domestic labor. Or you can just pay me $50,000 and I'll walk away." The nerve was unreal. She had already changed the locks on my condo and sent me a picture of the new deadbolt from a friend's phone. Her message was, "Let me know when you're ready to be reasonable." She then threatened to tell her 1.2 million followers that I was a financially abusive monster who threw her out on the street. I just stared at her and said, "You have 1 week to be out of my property. After that, I'm starting the formal eviction process." Then I closed the door in her face. My lawyer confirmed she was basically a tenant at will. I had to give her a formal 30-day notice to quit. It was a slow, painful process. And just like my lawyer predicted, she immediately started playing dirty. The next day, she posted a teary-eyed black and white video about being blindsided and facing homelessness. She tried to get a temporary restraining order against me for stalking because I drove by my own property once. The judge threw it out. She even started a GoFundMe for her legal battle, and people actually donated. I was livid, but my lawyer told me to stay quiet and document everything. So I did. I pulled 3 years of bank statements, showing I paid for everything. Every bill, every piece of furniture, every single thing. And then I found it, the ultimate weapon. On an old shared cloud drive, I found a brand proposal for the deal she landed on my sister's wedding night. It was a pitch to a high-end home goods company. It was full of glossy photos of my condo, which she presented as her own space. But the real kicker was a bio page. It described her as a fiercely independent, self-made woman who built her dream life and career from the ground up, single-handedly curating her stunning urban oasis. Single-handedly. She wasn't just sidelining me. She was professionally erasing me while living in my home and using my money. And now she was trying to sue me for it. That was it. The game was on. My lawyer drafted a settlement offer. It said she had 48 hours to get out, take down all her defamatory posts, and sign an NDA. In return, I wouldn't sue her for my legal fees. We attached one thing to that letter: the single-handedly bio page from her proposal. We all met at a neutral law office. She walked in looking smug, her 2 friends and her lawyer in tow. Her lawyer started talking about her emotional investment and non-monetary contributions. My lawyer let him finish, then slid the folder across the table. Your client is a tenant who has refused to leave and has engaged in a public smear campaign. My ex scoffed. I was just telling my truth. Was it your truth when you pitched yourself as a single woman to the very brand whose deal my client sacrificed a family wedding to help you get? My lawyer asked. My ex's face went pale. Her lawyer's eyes went wide when he saw the paper. That's just marketing language, she stammered. I finally spoke up, pushing a stack of receipts across the table. And are these marketing language? Every receipt for the renovations you claim you invested in. I paid for it all. Her friends looked like they wanted to crawl under the table. My lawyer delivered the final blow. The brand you're working with, Authentic Home Company, seems to really care about transparency. I wonder how they feel knowing their newest spokesperson's authenticity is a complete lie, built on the back of the partner she's now trying to extort. My ex just stared at me, all the fight gone from her eyes. What do you want? She whispered. I want you out of my house, I said, and you're going to post a public retraction, admitting your posts were misleading. You'll close the GoFundMe and return every penny. You have until Friday at 5 p.m. If you don't, this entire file goes to the court and to the PR department at Authentic Home Company on Monday morning. It was a total checkmate. She took the deal. 2 days later, a moving truck was outside my condo. Her retraction post went up, full of vague apology speak. The GoFundMe disappeared. I walked back into my home on Friday evening. It was empty, clean, and quiet. It was the best feeling in the world. The whole thing was a nightmare, but getting my space and my peace of mind back was worth it. So, if you ever need advice on how to legally and emotionally evict a freeloader from your life, you know who to ask. Maybe